Trigger warning, spoiler alert, Amber Heard, this is going to be a shit show. You are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. I'm here in person with my Los Angeles showbiz friend, star of the Bladtcast,
Mr. Christian Bladt. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America and all ships at sea.
I'm kind of messing with the format today, guys. We are in real time with the release date. We are recording live during the Amber Heard trial, Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, Tuesday, May 17th. This will air on Wednesday, May 18th. And I am going crazy over the Amber Heard trial. Are you following it?
I'm following it enough to wonder that it is such a showbiz sort of, airing of grievances that I wonder were managers brought in for, you just billed it as the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, but obviously in Hollywood it would be the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So right there, he is obviously a much higher paid, bigger star than her. So are we already, in violation of some kind of legal agreement by you referring to it as the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial?
You make the joke, but you're absolutely right. Will this be a thing in LA prenups?
Tom, I never joke about show business. When you live in Los Angeles, every ounce of your fiber is composed of showbiz DNA.
Well, even when I went out to LA a couple of weeks ago and I was in Runyon Canyon,
yeah,
it was so interesting to see people hiking and talking about films and movies.
Of course.
I did a picture, and they're hiking. And I'm like, dude, you should not be doing this right now. You should be exercising.
You were hiking with Mickey Rooney. I was the #1 star in the world.
So, by the way, I feel weird about this Amber Heard trial. First of all, I think you just made a good point. I'm calling it the Amber Heard trial because I find this hard to believe, but she seems to be the crazy one in a relationship.
Yeah, oddly enough, the guy who is a drunken pirate on the screen and is also a drunken pirate in real life is not the weird one, at least from what we can see from the trial.
Or maybe... Yeah, so far from we're going to hit that note in a second. First, you just mentioned a big thing of who gets top billing in this. Amber Heard or Johnny Depp. And I'm just imagining that after this is going to be something in the prenup that when we get divorced, who's going to get top billing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be. Absolutely. When, and you don't get a lot of these, and look, I'm spitballing here and I'm just speculating. Who's going to get top billing when Will and Jada split? I'm just asking a question.
Yes.
It's just a question.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, he should actually.
He will get top billing. He seems like he's actually the one who's suffered the most in that relationship. But like, it's fun. You sort of touched on it sentimentally for a second. And so I initially ignored the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Correct. If we had the bell, I could ding it because you did it correctly. But that's all right. It's okay.
And you know what? I have the sounds. The sound effects are all messed up. But there we go. Instead, I could just play. Yeah, F it. Back to me making an actual point.
Yes. So you stayed away from the trial.
I stayed away from it because you know what it is? Like, I was obsessed with the OJ trial as a kid.
Sure.
Were you?
Yeah, it was like our sophomore year in college.
Yeah, mine freshman.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, freshman. So freshman into sophomore year.
One of the only channels we had was CNN, so it was like, this is the best soap opera to have on is the OJ trial. Yeah,
exactly. So, and I would get in a fight with my roommate Sean about whether or not we could flip over to Days of Our Lives or whatever the heck it was that he actually watched as a functional heterosexual male.
The writing in the OJ trial was so much better than the writing on Days of Our Lives.
And I got swept up into it. I got swept up into the, Mark Furman, the racist detective. I got swept
Marsha Clark's got a new hairstyle.
Yeah, the Dream Team. Chris Darden, the assistant district attorney.
F. Lee Bailey, whose comments in the trial brought the phrase the N-word into our lives because he used the actual N-word talking, and then the decision was made, let's just say the N-word because he used the actual N-word so many times.
Yeah. And along the lines of F. Lee Bailey having an influence on my comedic career.
Oh my gosh.
My university, Quinnipiac College at the time, opened a law school, and their first big presenter at Quinnipiac was F. Lee Bailey.
Wow.
And then so there was a gimmick. Me and my one of my best communications friends, John Mulhall, We grabbed a VHS camera, a super VHS camera, which was going to be the format.
No, that's the good stuff, yeah.
That was the good stuff. And we went around the law school trying to meet F. Lee Bailey. And at the time, this was edgy. It's available on YouTube. If you look up F. Lee Bailey, Quinnipiac, it will come up. And
Who's a better lawyer, F. Lee Bailey or Ben Matlock?
I don't know Ben Matlock. I didn't watch him.
What about F. Lee Bailey or Perry Mason?
Well, both.
They're both the same, you think?
Well, equally.
It's very slow by today's standards, but it was me wandering around a law school looking for F. Lee Bailey and then asking people, is F. Lee Bailey as good of a lawyer as Don Knotts? Who's a better judge, Judge Ito or Judge Wapner? And asking like aspiring lawyers these questions, and they don't know what to do with me.
By the way, obviously Judge Wapner. Continue.
Yes. And also my first monologue joke ever on my cable access talk show was...
Do you mean Nighttime with Tom Kelly?
Yes, thank you, one person who remembers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't even go to school with him, but I know. Yeah.
Because I had to force him to watch the VHS tape.
Yeah, it's like if you've seen Tom's reel, you've seen the highlights.
Yeah. And remember, when I force someone to watch my reel, it's not just, hey, look at my phone, kid. It's, hi, let me come to my house and let me put in this VHS tape.
For me, it was you rented out the AMC at Lincoln Square. And we had the whole screen. And I was like, is this the IMAX theater? He's like, yeah, you're going to need it.
So my first ever joke for a cable access talk show was, what is OJ Simpson's email?
What is OJ Simpson's email?
///escape.
That's a great joke. That's some nice work, Sammy.
Now,
that is a good joke.
Yeah, and then
see, here's the thing. That's a pro joke. You weren't necessarily a pro at that time, but you told a pro joke, and that's great.
So along those lines, what's the right way to say this? Along the lines, at a certain point, I think America came to the realization 10 or 20 years later, in the middle of all this comedy, 2 people actually died.
Yeah. Brutally, by the way.
Brutally.
They weren't poisoned. There wasn't, they had... there was a gas leak. No, they were decapitated.
Yeah, I mean, one woman who may or may not have been in and I'm saying allegedly as if, but a woman who was in an abusive relationship with a pro football player, and the waiter trying to bang her.
Yeah. The police had been called to their house when they were married. So, it was public record.
Fine.
I've heard a 911 call from Nicole Brown, then Simpson. She says, my husband's OJ Simpson. I think you know his reputation. And I was, you hear that.
Yeah,
I know his reputation from the Naked Gun movies.
Nordberg.
Yeah, exactly.
Nordberg.
Which is great to watch those movies now because Nordberg gets beat up and hurt so much. You're like, good, he deserved it. But that's not the point you were trying to make.
But no, and the point I was trying to make, bringing this back to Amber Heard, because I realized there's a bunch of people coming in on the algorithm to hear 2 people they never heard of talk about a case they barely know nothing about.
No, I think most people know Amber Heard.
Okay, and talk about Amber Heard and the Johnny Depp is... there are allegations of abuse.
Yes.
We could argue about whether or not they're true, allegedly this, allegedly that, but you just kind of like, at the beginning of this, I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anything about that.
I think that when you hear, and this isn't their first trial, this is just the first one I think that's been televised, because I think that they had an earlier trial that was in the UK maybe, and I'm not quite sure what it was. But yeah, you sort of heard about it. No pun intended, with Amber Heard, as I have said in the past. But I think that it seems like I don't want to get into their mess.
Yeah, and it's like, God bless owning my privilege, this, that, and the other thing. It's like, all right, who really wants to hear good-looking, gray-haired white men talk about a young woman in a divorce with an older, more powerful man?
With a guy who's a pirate.
And then, poop, there it is.
Well done. You have an episode title, by the way, in case you weren't sure what this was. Amber Heard trial, pun intended, poop, there it is.
So I was going to say Amber Heard, the Tom Kelly podcast was going to be a poop hole.
Okay, that's good too. Look,
Amber Heard, this was going to be a shit show.
These can all go up, but you can't call it shit show. So you have to do
poop show.
Poop show. Yeah. All right, look.
No, then you get into it. There's just all these layers of things that I have not been paying attention to.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that she pooped in the bed and blamed it on this tiny dog that they had, And my observation is that when you see the photo of the poop on television, it's pixelated. If that were dog poop, you would not need to pixelate it. We've seen dog poop on TV.
Okay, I mean, you're right. Sometimes, like I remember once I was working for a celebrity who used to bring her dog into work.
None of us know who that is. So
Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, this is the Rosie O'Donnell one. And I remember going, oh my gosh, there's a Tootsie Roll on the floor.
Oh no, Tom.
And I reached out, I'm like, that is not a Tootsie Roll. And I didn't touch the Tootsie Roll.
He bit into it before he realized. That's the real problem.
How many licks did it take to get to the center?
Just the one.
Yeah,
just the one lick.
One. And then I knew. No, but you're right, that was a cute poop. Like, it wasn't a big deal. I then got a napkin, picked it up, put the damn thing in the trash can, and it was done. Now, I don't know. But then again, after steak night, you see what I'm a small man. You should see what I put out into the toilet this morning. I had a steak and a burger last night. I could argue that, but I mean,
I think that comment is only so that you can get a past guest, Andrea Fasano, to listen to the show. That's because she tunes in for the poop content.
Does she?
Wow.
And by the way, people, I'd like to know what you guys think of this this trial, because it's funny. Everybody's in on the poop joke.
Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to overlook because, in all honesty, no one really gets hurt. You have to throw away the sheets. You know what I mean? It's not like she hit him or he hit her. You hear some of both in this story. Well, that's not funny. She pooped in the bed. God, that's funny.
Poop! There it is. No, and we say this sort of as a joking thing, but and then you talk about the effect this has on me, this trial. Like, I used to have two standards for bringing a girl home or dating a girl. I would say, is this the kind of girl that I could bring home to mom?
Yep.
And then I also say, is this a woman who I would let poop in my bed?
Yeah.
You know, like if Heather pooped in your bed, you'd be like, all right, whatever. It's medical. It's whatever. I think that's the ultimate FU, though.
If Heather pooped in my bed, it would mean it was my birthday. Thank you. I don't know.
What? That woman's a published author.
It's true, she is.
Quickly, plug the name of her book, too.
I have to grab my phone to do it, so...
No, no, this is even worse on video.
Well,
you have to reach to get the name of the book. She's in a book.
When I get you the title, you'll see, it's not like her book is called Poop, There It Is. All right?
Okay. Because, Poop, There It Is.
Yes. So the book is called My Life Growing Up Asian in America, and my wife has contributed an essay. It is a collection of essays and has an introduction by Soo Chin Pak, and it is from MTV Entertainment Books, apparently. So My Life Growing Up Asian in America, my wife's name is Heather Jeng Bladt. We're very proud of her. She is a published author, and also, in addition to having written multiple hours of televised content, she's the famous one in the relationship.
Yeah, but there's something to be said, too, about for all the hours of TV she's written, for all the hours of high-quality, award-winning podcasting you have done on so many forms of media.
So many.
But there's something classier about I'm in this book.
It's a book. Yeah, because you put it on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, let's even compare her to herself so that way we're not knocking you. Yeah, it's on a shelf. Look, it's right there.
It's on the shelf. It's right there.
Yeah, look what mom did. Yeah, it's on the shelf. There you go.
One day you hope to put the Emmy in front of it.
So, and I was asking some of our Facebook fans. By the way, if you're listening to this or experiencing this on YouTube, comment on YouTube. If you want to join our secret fan group, we have a nice community of Tom Kelly super fans there. But I asked, what do I need to know about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial if I'm just getting on board now? Rich says pooping in your bed is bad for your marriage. Opera Ann says Amber is a mess and supreme crazy person. I mean, what kind of person poops on her husband's bed? Either somebody really crazy or somebody really crazy in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say it could be, it's not necessarily bad for your marriage. It depends on your marriage. Depends on the two people in that marriage. Maybe, just maybe, some people do enjoy someone who poops in the bed. It was a joke I made earlier, but at the same time, look, people are into all kinds of things.
Now, Diana is actually not convinced by any of it. See, this is the stuff I don't want to get into. Like now we're like after we've spent 3 years learning, you don't question a woman when she says she's abused.
Right, of course.
Now we have people questioning, and this is a woman doing it, questioning whether or not Amber is legit in her abuse allegations, which is she's not convincing me. I'm not even a Johnny Depp fan. She ruined a man's life and livelihood.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I've gotten out of this. Like, have you ever, like, this is a divorce
Pooped in
trial.
the bed? Yes.
Have you?
No.
I don't think I have.
I've like peed in the bed as a child, but I don't even think I've done that recently.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I feel like I have, but I don't think I have.
Yeah, I did have a lady friend, one of what you would call Blatt's girls, who did definitely pee in the bed one night. And,
With you there?
Yeah, but not because I had requested it. It was not part of some kinky thing. It was she was asleep and drunk, and then we woke up and the bed was wet.
Yeah, and I've done some drinking, and I don't think I've ever done that.
No, I usually get up and I do it in the toilet.
Yeah, or I mean, I've tripped, hurt myself, and then finished the rest of the trek to the toilet.
Right, yeah, of course.
And then was bleeding, but I have never peed the bed.
Still done, yeah.
That said, I feel like when I watch the two of them and I listen to the two of them, they both strike me as moderately awful human beings.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, we were talking earlier, the idea that people are more on Johnny Depp's side than Amber Heard's side, but I don't think it's a landslide vote. It's just sort of like your pick. It's like voting in most elections. Who do you dislike the least? Johnny Depp.
Well, here's what I like about this one. It's a divorce trial.
Sure.
Right? Instead of it being a divorce trial, what if the judge just said, you know what? It's just better that you two awful people stay together so you don't each ruin another person. Let's contain the damage. Let's keep you guys in the same prison of marriage.
Contain it to the same 6 houses that the family owns or whatever it might be. Yes, exactly.
Cecil Riley says mega pint is now a term of measurement. Have you heard that one?
I don't actually know about mega pint, but I'm going to assume that's how they measure how much wine Johnny Depp would drink, if I had to guess, because I know that I'd heard somewhere that he had like a $3,000 a week wine budget. I don't think that's a day, but honestly.
Listen, I know somebody who spent that, not as rich on things less exciting than
wine.
Or more exciting than wine.
More exciting than wine. Okay.
Yeah, like I knew a guy with a drug problem who was spending $2,000.
Yeah. I know. It's almost like you can understand, even when you're not a drug user, you can understand that drugs are expensive and wine does not need to be. So what if he's drinking $3,000 of Trader Joe's $2 wine, the $2 Chuck? Then wow, that is insane that he's spending $3,000 a week.
By the way, in this age of inflation, $2 Chuck is now $3.
I was going to say
$3 Lee.
$3 Lee Bailey. Thank you.
$3 Lee and call back to OJ humor.
Thank you.
All right, we're winding down on the time here. All right, and I had one other deep thought on them. Cecil Megapint, they're both abusive. Oh, the Amber Heard suit in the last day or two. Have you seen it?
I saw a photo, so it was a still photo, so I don't know if she moves in a certain way, if it's hypnotic. But I believe it originally belonged to one of the extras in Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra.
I was going to go with the gray one she had on today. Looked like she was one of the extras on the Death Star in Star Wars.
Yours is better.
And you know which suit I'm talking about?
I think I'm thinking of a different outfit.
You might be thinking of a different outfit. That one. Yeah. Doesn't she look like if she were wearing a little hat?
I was going to say she needs the black helmet, and she's the one who pulls the lever in the Death Star. You know, because somebody had to pull that lever. Exactly. You know. And if you're part of Tom and my generation, you knew that sound before he made it. So
there you go. So listen, this is the home of personal growth and fun. I normally end the podcast with some sort of a human lesson that is about humanity and whatnot. And all I could say is I feel good about not dating a hot chick right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is like they both deserve what they got into. She dated for money and he married for young and good looks.
Yeah, and
they wound up with crazy.
It's going to be really difficult to watch Aquaman 2 now.
Well, you heard that joke. What they're going to reveal in Aquaman 2 is where the Atlantean toilets are.
It's just in the bed. Well, I think your takeaway should be that pooping in bed is bad for your marriage unless it's good for your marriage because that's what both of you want. Is that a good takeaway?
Okay, so listen, new episodes of the Tom Kelly Show on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at podcast.TomKellyShow. We're on your favorite audio podcast app. Please, a lot of you guys are finding us from YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, but also subscribe to the audio version of this because I don't trust big Google's algorithm. Like right now, we're ending a podcast and they're probably suggesting to the people here a clip of a turtle crossing a street in Florida.
But the turtle pooped in his wife's bed, so it's at least consistent.
Lesson learned. All right. Good.
What about my plugs?
Well, yeah, put in your damn plugs.
Well, you're going to say goodnight, and I didn't even get to tell people that you can find me on the Bladtcast.
The difference between me and you is I plugged you at the beginning, but you're going to do the spelling.
I didn't
now.
even hear you plug me at the beginning.
I said Christian Bladt, star of the Bladtcast.
Yeah, but then, people forgot that already. So now, instead of going to the turtle video, you could go to my YouTube channal, Bladtcast, Bladtcast. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at ChristianDMZ. That's it. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not as cool as Tom Kelly.
Oh, I have a couple. I have the dumbest TikTok that's going viral. I have 2 different TikToks with the same video and same punchline about Amber Heard right now.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
It's on topic. It's on brand.
Okay, and it's Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, and it shows the galley. The galley, you know what the galley is? It's the audience. Why does the audience at Judge Jerry Springer look better than the galley at the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial?
Okay, and this
it's
is
not going super viral.
This is set up for a joke.
It is. No, that's it. But that's
because I have a real reason why.
What's the real reason?
The gallery at the Judge Jerry show are paid extras in Stamford, Connecticut. So that's the actual answer.
Oh, well,
that's the real answer.
Oh, way to ruin a slightly amusing joke with a
I
fact.
gave you the opportunity to put in a punchline, and then when you didn't have one, I said that's probably why.
And it's funny, and so did TikTok. TikTok gave me a chance to put in a punchline. I didn't do it there either.
TikTok is like, are you sure you want to post this? And I don't know if this is funny enough.
Yeah, and you're right. And the galley has spoken. The jury has spoken. It's not super viral, but it's doing better than some of my other crap, which just really says my other stuff is worse than that last joke. And then the other one just shows all these people in the galley sitting bored, and it says, how many of these people do you think pooped in a bed?
Now that I like. I'd say all.
There you go. And are you done? Do you have anything else to promote?
The Tom Kelly
Has your
Show.
Has your wife written any other books?
Yeah, they're not out yet, though.
Okay, good. So there you go. Good night, New York.